YouTube, how we doing? It's Matty B here with our second installment of how to qualify for the National on a YZ250 two-stroke, this time at Hangtown for round 2 of the Pro Motocross Championship. I had never been to this track before, so was really excited to try to learn a new track and throw down first thing in the morning. So wore the Insta360 camera on for both practices, had a little banter with my boy AP. Wish I had turned it on earlier because we had some good chats about some Xbox and just some stupid stuff that had nothing to do with racing, but didn't have a ton of memory left on the Insta. I got another memory card on the way so we can get everything from here on out. But yeah, we've got everything from beginning, slow lap, the fast laps, some good laps, bad laps, pulling in the mechanics area, the whole 9 yards, trying to bring you guys along for the ride for the entire thing and show you guys what it's like to live through the stresses of trying to qualify for the National. Appreciate you guys watching and sit back. Hope you guys enjoy. Yo, this start is short.
Yeah, but you can just goose or wide on.
Yeah.
There's really no good way to go if you don't get a good jump. It's like, try to dive inside, but then you're outside. Like, the best is really just try to boomerang around the outside, but everyone steps in. The rower in there.
Yeah.
They take the fire road, hope no one sees you.
Hey, what's the line at the bottom of these hills, in or out?
Seth said the burn down here.
It's sick. It's blown.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ready?
All of them.
You gotta feel it out. It's like, it's super weird.
Yeah.
It could be like sandy, it could be harder.
It looked harder yesterday.
Yeah. It's a little harder.
Yeah. That off camber at least doesn't look very steep over there. Yeah.
The bottom of it. Especially right now because it's wet.
Yeah. They fixed the bottom of the hill? Alright, sick. I don't need a radio. I just gotta sit near you, dude.
Yeah, for real. I am the radio.
Here we are, the two smokes hit the course at Hangtown. Just like last weekend, one roll lap, no jumping, no nothing. I'm taking it easy. Some of those guys raced at the front to try to get the clear track, but I'm just checking it out, taking it in. One lap to scope it, and then go as fast as you can. No choice. First ever fast lap at Hangtown. It wasn't too bad. She was definitely on the sketchy side. As you guys saw, the double section up the hill. The scoop tire bit at the top of that thing and sent me nose high and sideways at the top of it. But we got through it. Had a couple other sketchy moments, but we're able to make it work and push through to the end. It had us put in a decent spot at the beginning of the practice position-wise, but unfortunately I've been having a lot of problems where my first session I've been getting way worse arm pump than any other session, so I was kind of already a little pumped after that first lap right there, so I was trying to just take a breather and then regroup and try to do a few more because I knew I had some more in the tank, being that was only my second lap ever on the track. So we took a slow lap. We're gearing up for another heater. And like I said, I've been struggling with the arm pump bad in the first session. I've been working on warming up and stretching and stuff beforehand, but still been having trouble with the arm pump really bad in session 1. So was trying to gather it up to get some more heaters in, but as you guys will see, it did not quite pan out. Was having a lot of trouble putting it together. That one started out a little hot, but didn't last very long. I've been super, super excited on these practice mornings to get after it and throw down, and was just a little overexcited, a little over-aggressive, overcooked it into that off-camera a little too hard, and that thing's way steeper than it looked on video, and I was just caught in the outside of that thing with nothing to really turn on, so I maybe gave in a little bit easy on that one, but like I said, I've been having the arm pump issues in session 1, and they were rock at this moment. And there's another one, started out pretty good, but wasn't able to make it through the double uphill section, and at that point my lap was totally shot. I lost a few seconds not being able to double up the hill, so those things were so much worse than they looked on this video. It was so sketchy getting up through there, and I was having trouble pulling the trigger on it, but I think we had time for one more lap after this one, and we're going to try to push through it, but unfortunately this right here is an example of a bad practice at the National.
I can't up those doubles. Does the shock seem like it's pushing too fast? Not really. Really? I just can't up the doubles. Once I mess those up, I'm trying to grease those, then go inside, then just do the same thing. You got time for one lap.
And at this point, the arms were completely locked up. They were smoked. I couldn't hang on anymore. And unfortunately, I really wish I would have been able to push through that lap because the first segment alone was 2 seconds faster than my fastest lap in this practice. But unfortunately, could only do what I could do. And yeah, only got one good lap in, my second lap on the track. And like I said earlier, that's a perfect example of how not to do a practice at the National. You got to be able to do at least 2 or 3 good laps. And I only got one, so I was 28th overall in the A practice after this one, so I thought I had somehow salvaged a decent session, but the B practice was pretty fast. I think there was 9 or 10 guys faster than me in the B group, so after first practice, I was actually out of the show, so we had some work to do. I had some serious thinking to do about some line choice and where we could make up some time, and stay tuned for practice 2. We'll see how that shapes up.
So sketchy. It's like this much on top of hard. Yeah, look at my tire. I couldn't even finish a lap, dude. Dude, those doubles were so bad. Oh.
You feel comfortable going down the downhill?
Yeah, I did actually.
Okay. Because I saw a couple times where the front end was kind of like that.
Yeah. Part of it, I think, is probably the track has been so skatey and sketchy.
Yeah,
right
but I
now.
feel like we can maybe speed up the forks like 2 clicks. And then, did it feel like the front end was climbing out of any ruts?
Not really. Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. Because that one at the bottom of the hill where I was hitting the berm, I kept climbing out of it every time.
It kept climbing out of it?
You know we're saving clutch plates, right?
Oh, yeah, I know.
Second practice was underway. We were under the gun. We had some time to make up. We were out of the show at the moment. So this second practice, obviously we all know the track, so it's not caution or anything like that. I just kind of like to let everyone go so I can kind of get my own spot and do my own thing and not have to deal with any of the commotion and carnage of the first lap. But pressure was on, and we had to pin it, baby. No choice.
Come on, give me a toe!
And as you guys just heard right there, I was trying to hop in behind my boy J-Rob. He's had some serious pace as he almost gets clipped by Coop right there, but was trying to hop in behind him and catch his draft. But unfortunately, another guy had the same idea as me and beat me to it and got in between us. And that definitely affected the lap in a pretty negative way, as you guys are going to see here. The rider obviously wasn't doing anything wrong. They were, on the fast lap of their own trying to qualify for themselves, but it totally screwed me. And yeah, wow, calling me frustrated after that one. Obviously, it's every man for themselves out there, so I don't blame my boy for staying in it and trying to get his lap, but it was pretty one line, and I wasn't really able to get around him, so that was a tough one for me. That didn't help our cause in the slightest, and the time was still 2 seconds a lap faster than the first practice, so we were on the right track, but I knew we had a lot more in the tank and needed to execute a little better if we were going to get it into the show. But funny story about that one, I actually had that rider that was in front of me on my fantasy team before this practice, and right when I got back to the truck, I went ahead and took him off and replaced him with somebody else. So sorry, Marcelisi, no hate comms, but I'm going to have to let the handicap get a little higher before I pick you again. Here we go, another slow lap to take a breather, and then we're going to give it one more try. I was going to hop in behind A-Ray because he was a few seconds faster than me in the first practice, but he ended up ducking off into the mechanics area with Ferrandis, so it was up to me to do it all by myself, and honestly, that was cool with me. I don't have to worry about following anybody, just kind of do my lines and hold her wide. There you have it, folks. That's the lap that put us into the show at the Hangtown National. We ran a 2:15, which was a whopping 5 seconds a lap faster than I ran in the first practice. So I'm stoked I was able to pull my head out of my behind after that first practice and really pull it together and put my best foot forward and crank out a good lap. I had a couple of small sketchy moments and didn't really hit the last couple corners the greatest, but for the most part, I think that lap was pretty dang close to my potential, and it ended us 25th overall, or 25th in the A group and 28th overall, which is pretty close to my best I've done on the two-stroke and at a track I've never been before and on the West Coast soil that I don't really enjoy. I was pretty happy about it. Almost crashed right here on the slow lap, no choice, but yeah, the work was done at this point and we were into the motos.
That's what I'm saying. What did I end up overall?
I think I saw 25th.
25th?
Overall.
So we should be straight?
We should.
All right, cool. We'll still pay attention, but...
That's a wrap on Hangtown 2023 Pro Motocross qualifying practice. That's a perfect example of how not to do a first practice and then how to pull it together for the second practice. So I'm really stoked I was able to make it happen and get into the show. I got my lens cap for the camera, so I was able to run it for the first moto, but unfortunately, I'll let you guys know here in a future video why I wasn't able to run it for the second moto, but we got some race footage coming as well, and we'll have a lot more qualifying footage throughout the rest of the season. But I really appreciate all you guys watching. Thank you, and we'll catch you next time.